I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, April the 20th, brought to you in part by the American Simmental Association. You know, it's a scientific fact that the most durable and fertile female is a crossbred. See what Sim Genetics can do for you. Go to simmental.org. Well, the other shoe finally dropped. We knew it was going to happen pretty quick. If you've been watching these reports, you know I've sure been expecting it. But on Monday, we just can't lean on the board for anything. There's nothing to hold the board up, and there's always plenty of pressure going down on the board, especially with all the hedging pressure that we have right now, and it's more so now than ever, but absolutely nothing to hold it up. So anytime we get a rug pulled out from under it, you can expect it to completely collapse like it did on Monday with live cattle for April and June, but the June was down $3. June on Tuesday was down 60 cents to end Tuesday at 118.57. Feeder cattle, May contract, of course Monday was down to 450 limit. Tuesday was down 27 cents to end the day on Tuesday at 150.17. CME cash feeder cattle index at 154.54. Real-time index on Cattle Market Central about 24 hours ahead of the game at 148.60, so we can expect that CME figure to continue to fall, but just can't withstand any pressure at all. I guess we can say it's a positive that we didn't go to expanded limits on Tuesday and lose a whole lot more ground. Tuesday's losses were very minimal compared to what could have happened. But you know, the big pressure was brought on actually on Friday when early in the day the feedlot, especially in the Southern Plains, were passing those 134 bids, and we were really hoping we'd get 135 or 6, but then ended up caving and taking that. And that's really all it takes for your board to completely collapse when you open a new week, which it's always susceptible to go limit down on a Monday and a Friday anyway. But it sure happened this time. Your weighted average on your fat cattle trade last week on 87,700 head was basically steady again on the live sales. Your weighted average steer price in the 5 areas 133.99, which was up just 9 cents in the previous week. Your average dress steer averaged 213.98, which was down 83 cents, which we knew that the dress trade was weak to $1 lower there. But you look at your April live cattle, it ended Tuesday at 127.32. That's a huge discount to what that cash trade is, which is really a gift to these hedged feeders because they get to put that extra few dollars in their pocket, and it helps them try to get back towards a break even there. But it's not healthy for the market, even though it's helping out some of these hedged feeders. But we are seeing some out front sales, which your packers are always, especially if they're wanting to keep kills up pretty high, they're always trying to reach out and grab more cattle if they can. And some of these feedlots are being able to sell cattle for as much as a 3-week delivery, only a couple dollars back of what last week's trade was. So the bad thing is, the more of those that fall for that, the less leverage that there is for trade whenever we get to that point. But cash feeder cattle sales, Oklahoma City had just 5,700 head, awfully muddy around there due to all that rain they had over the weekend. Feeder cattle, $5 to $12 lower. Now, you just don't usually see a foot lower on the yearling feeder cattle in a big market like that that's heavily supported by your corporate feeders. It's just that the cattle won't hedge, and so you're not going to have any of your farmer feeders or your gamblers running out there and betting on the come. Really, all your buyers there at the national stockyards in Oklahoma City are pretty well tied to what the board's doing and what they can hedge those cattle in. And just those cattle come in muddy, some of them off of wheat, and we're probably going to see a lot of these guys that have turned cattle out on graze out wheat would have been just as good off to sell those cattle in mid-March there, and then bale up that wheat, what was left, or some of them could have even made a crop out of it and made it pay off. But this feeder market just keeps getting lower and lower. It's going to be about the same dollars per head. In Joplin on Monday, that 6,100 head, 3 to 8 lower on feeders. They had their light steer calves 8 to 12 lower, but just taking a lot of it off of these feeder cattle and the calves too. individual quote out of Northwest Stockyards in Enid, Oklahoma. They had a big load of 808-pound steers Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, bring just 142.50, and that was one of the higher quotes that I saw on Monday and Tuesday. But that's 3 minutes, and we'll talk to you on Friday.